So, in our last class, we learned something about how electrons pass through metals. For that, what we did, we used some material for conducting electrical to learn the electrical conductivity in solids. For that, we require a safety pin, a metallic wire, that is a conducting wire, copper wire, and a battery. Is it clear? So along this, we use so many materials whether they pass the electric current or not. Instead of safety pin, we use the paper, we use the pencil lid, and we use a plastic cover and a chalk piece. All these we are used. We learned that. So here some materials allow the electric current to pass through them, whereas some materials are not allowed. We learned that the materials which pass the electric current to pass through them we call as good conductors. They are good conductors. Means the materials are substances which allow the electric current. The materials are substances which allow the electric current to pass. We call as a good conductors of electricity. Good conductors of electricity. Okay now. So at the same time, the materials, if we observe the chalk piece, plastic, rubber, so these materials are not allow the electric current. Here we use the safety pin on iron rod. What happens when we use the iron rod and safety pin is connected to two wires? We observe that the LED bulb is closed. Is it clear? Means here safety pin and iron rod is a good conductors of electricity. Means they allow the electric current. Whereas if we observe the chalk piece and plastic covers and straw, all these are not allow the electric current. We call as a bad conductors of electricity. The bad conductors of electricity are insulators. They are called as insulators. Is it clear? Their insulators are bad conductors of electricity. And some materials have both the properties of conductivity and non-conductivity. Means they have the properties of good conductors and the bad conductors. We call as a semiconductors of electricity. Means here they allow the electric current partially. So already we learned some examples for the semiconductors. The best example is semiconductors of silicon, Si, germanium, gallium, and indium. These are the best examples of semiconductors. Semiconductors have the properties of good conductors and bad conductors. So we can convert these semiconductors into good conductors by PNP diode and NPN that you learn in your higher classes. So if you observe in your textbook, see once your textbook chapter number 1, electrical conductivity of liquid. So I am reading here. You see, sometimes we read in newspaper about farmers getting electric shock while starting water pumps of the wells, especially because of contact made of switches or starters by wet hands. So normally we see here. So because of the wet hands, if they touch the switches with a wet hand, what happens? It may be short circuit to them and maybe they are affected. So why does that happen? If they touch with the dry hands, what happens? So they are not be affected if they use the dry hands. Why? Because here wet hands they have some water. So means water particles are present on the hand is a reason for the electrical shock. Short circuit. Is it there? From that we decide that water is conduct the electricity. From that we wet hands conduct the electricity. hand is getting electric shock while working with the wet hand. Do you know the reason for why they are getting electric shock by touching with their wet hands? Because of water pass the electric current. Water conduct the electric. That is the main reason for electric shock by the wet hands. Our elder cousin about the touching the electric heater immersed in the water. Why do they instruct us to stay away from it? Water heater. So move away first from this, maintain some distance. Why they are saying like that? Because of water conduction. If you place your hand or maybe if you touch the water, okay now. So what happens? The electricity, the electrons that pass through your body because of water. You directly touch the water. Water conduct the electricity. Water allow the electron to pass through your body. That's why our elders said that you have to maintain some distance. Have to maintain some distance because of here we place the water heater in the water. Here electrons that pass. So you know if you see the paper, if you observe the paper, and in the few years back, what happened? One girl, one woman, not the girl, one woman, she wants to heat the water. For that, she did the electric wire, plug the electric wire, and it's the place in the water. But small girl doesn't know here what is happening. Simply her hand. Immediately, the girl is because of electric shock. That's why it is about the electricity. Okay, now? So it is a very dangerous. So, moreover, we know that liquids are conduct the electricity. From these two instances, we learn that liquids are conduct the electricity. So, in the earlier class, you learned that electric current can pass easily through metals. Already we did experiment. Metals like copper, aluminum, iron. So, in our last class, metals and non-metals. Some metals are there like copper, aluminum, iron, iron, platinum, silver. Okay, now here I wrote 7 metals. In this, in the last class, we learned copper is a metal, aluminum is a metal, iron is a metal, and zinc is a metal. So here, you can observe the electrical wire. In that wire is a made up of copper. It is a copper wire. If we observe the battery, it is a plate in this, that is a zinc plate. Is it clear? We know very well that it is the iron and the aluminum. So here, copper, aluminum, and iron, zinc is the best example for good conductors of electricity. These are the best example for good conductors of electricity. Whereas here, some these are common platinum. These are silver. Argentum. Okay, now. So iron, platinum, and Ag is silver. These are bad conductors of electricity. Bad conductors of electricity. Means here, students, some metals are not. You see, you may write examples for the bad conductors like the chocolate, plastic, along with these metals, iron, platinum, and silver. These are the bad conductors of electricity. These are the bad conductors of electricity. Is it clear? So, already activity 1 we had discussed in our last class. That is what we did in our last class. So we are taking a battery. Battery is the two ends are connected to wire, and one end of the battery is connected to LED bulb, and other end of the wire. So that wire is connected to or maybe a chalk piece or a plastic. So when the two wires are connected directly, what happens? Observe the LED bulbs are glow. In which the two wires we take the safety pin. Then what happens? Is the LED bulb is a glow or not? Yes, we observe that LED bulb is a glow. So instead of the safety pin, we use the plastic cover. At that time, are we observe the LED bulb is a glowing or not? So we know that LED bulb is not a glowing. Why? Because plastic is not allow the electric current. Okay, now. So see once page number 120, table number 1, serial number, object, material, bulb glow, yes or no, good conductor or a bad conductor? Is a good conductor or a bad conductor? See here, iron net. If we use the iron net between the two wires, is it conduct the electricity or not? Yes, means it is a good conductor. Instead of the iron nail, if you use an eraser, that is made up of rubber. So if we place the eraser between the two ends of the wire, so what do you observe? Is the bulb closed? Obviously, we are giving answer no. Means it is a bad conductor of electricity. If we take some here pencil lead, is a pencil lead is a good conductor or bad conductor? So pencil lead is a graphite. In the pencil lead, if we observe the graphite, so graphite is a good conductor of electricity. You place the pencil between the two. Pencil lead is a good conductor of electricity. And next one, plastic sticker, wooden sticker. Is it conduct the electricity? No. Dry wood means it is not allowed electric current. It is a bad conductor of electricity. And the paper, pencil. So all these are conductors under good conductors under bad conductors. So what is electrical conductivity? What is electrical conductivity? So a definition is given in our textbook. I am reading one sir. Electrical conductivity is a property of any given material. We can say that the metal has a good conductivity if it allows electrical current pass through them. It is the way. The substance which allow the electric current to pass through them is called as a good conductor of electricity. Is it clear, everyone? Do you have any? So is it clear, everyone? What is a conductor? What is a good conductor? And what is a bad conductor? So in our materials allow the electric current to pass through them. We call them as good conductors of electricity.